Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Okay, well, we're going to have to single point this, so I came up with a piece of material like this, and I kind of ground a general shape with the big body grinder, and that took most of it off. So now we're going to come in and go ahead and kind of clean this up a little bit, and then start to shape our point, and we'll be able to come in and do a single point with that. So stick along, stick by, hang out, and okay, maybe not that much fun with this, but you know, hey, it comes with the territory. Okay, so what we're going for is 29 degrees in between these two, so half of that is 14 and a half. I don't know if you can see that little line there, but I've inked it and just drawn myself just a general idea of where I'm going line. So let's start grinding again. Okay, so the wheel over there, you know, I don't know. It's the stones on it are just pieces of crap. And I went and bought new stones for it. And then I asked the guy, what kind of stones are these? Oh, yeah, they're good silicon carbide. And they're the same crapola. So I'm over at the diamond wheel. And I know you're not supposed to do carbide on diamond wheels because it clogs up the diamonds, right? Well, I found a way around that. So we're going to turn this on. You can see that the diamonds are, you know, there's a bunch of steel in there from grinding. So we're going to turn this on and take a little of this stuff, the brake part cleaner, again. And clean that sucker right off. All right, well, we're not up to the line, but we are parallel with the line, and that's all that counts. So I'm just going to come over to the tap here because I can't get into the original object, plus the original is worn out, so that's even more complicated. We're not going to be able to get this in there either. All right, well, we're going to have to work with a veneer caliper. I'd say that's about as good as you're going to get it. We're looking at 75 thousandths. Now let's measure it one more time to make sure that we're where we want to be. $72 thousandths. One more time. $75 thousandths. Well, 76. Okay, so we know we want to be 75 thousandths wide. Oops. We need to sharpen that tip. And we're going to do that by bringing this to 0. Yep. And let's get a square on that. This should do the trick. All right, that should do what we want it to. All right, well, I'm back on the carbide and the carbide wheel, and I don't know, I don't think it's carbide, but it seems to cut better than the diamond. Of course, the diamond is pretty fine, fine grit, and this is a little coarser. So we're going to cut it with this. Okay, we did it, but now we got to come in and radius this because we're going to fit inside of a 1/2 inch or a 3/4 hole. So it's going to have to be a little bit rounded off on the tips here. All right, well, that just might do it. Let's set it up on the lathe and see what it looks like. All right, so we're set up. We've got our bit cut. We're in place. We're at 60 degrees. We've got our 2 zeros on our cross feed or our compound and our carriage. We're ready to rip, I think. Okay, so we're set up for our first cut. Let's go. What I didn't count on was this. I was measuring with this and I had a good amount of material. Now, how come it's not working? Let's bring it back and see what we got. It's definitely not going to go all the way. So we've got to take more off of this, the base of this, and get ourselves some more clearance. I mean, that's pretty much the name of the game with this kind of setup anyhow, is figuring out where the clearance needs to be. So we're going to go and grind off another probably, oh, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch off of that. And all right, well, we've got one little thing that didn't clear. So this one pretty much is scrap, but we can use this as our example. Okay, the thing that didn't clear, this whole thing cleared all the way to there, and that was the part that I ground off, and I didn't grind that bottom area. So I think what I want to do is grind this down a little bit more, this a little bit more, and then get that off too. All right, well, we did get a good thread, and you can kind of see that. I mean, we're not all the way through, but it got trashed. This front part got kind of messed up a little bit, and I couldn't follow the threads because I can't get in there to see them. So we're just gonna shit can this part, and we got plenty of material to do more. So I think in the morning we're gonna take off, and this is gonna be a done deal. All right, so we'll be back. Okay, so we came in and we got these two measurements square up, and then we came out and put our indicator on this post here, and got this squared up. Actually, we put the indicator in close, and we got this squared up, which means that the hole is in pretty good shape, square wise. Now we want to take this pin out, and we're just gonna barely grab it and wiggle it out. Come on, baby. There we go. Come on. That was a nice tight fit. Oh. First by 1/2 inch. And then we'll come in with a 3/4. And I've learned with this bronze, moving slow is better. And the first thing I want to do is get a towel underneath this to collect the brass. All right. right. Well, my mill, or my lathe leaks at the headstock when it's going real slow. And so I've literally gone through about a quart of oil. So I've got to put some more oil in this thing. Because we're starting to spit water. Okay, we're back. Okay, we got our 3/4 hole drilled. Now we got to come back in and take it up to 800 thousandths, which is another 50. And I'm going to attempt to do it with my with the thread cutter. I think I can do it. And the 800 doesn't have to be a clean 800 because it's the top of the thread. But let's just give it a try and see what we can come up with. And that way the thread cutter doesn't have to move one bit. It looks like it's going to be okay. Give it a try. Not too bad. So we're sitting at 775, 780. 16 thousandths. So let's take 8 thousandths off of that. Give it a go. Now we're going to switch over to thread cutting. Oh, let's measure it, make sure. We're about 3 thousandths under. All right, let's take that. Oh, we already moved our. Let's see if we can just kind of come in, kiss it. We're going to bring all our gauges back to 0. Okay. Kick it back into neutral. We're going to go back to A. And I think we're ready. We got a good start, and maybe that's all we need to come in with the tap. Okay, we're going to take a chance. The taps seems to be going in pretty good. I mean, it's going to get tighter up in here, but it's better to put it in the vise and do it, you know, with an official tap handle rather than the crescent wrench. So we're going to take it out. Fingers crossed that it's going to work out. All right, we'll take it over to the vise and go from there. All right, well, last night I went and looked it up to see what's the best kind of cutting oil to use, and they say a synthetic grease. So I don't have any synthetic, but I'm just going to use regular old wheel bearing grease. We'll see how it goes. So far, pretty good. Well, obviously we needed to go a little bit deeper. This is a fight and a half. I mean, I think we'll make it no problem, but the next one we'll make sure and go deeper. All right, well, it looks pretty damn good. It wasn't easy, but I think we got ourselves a nice straight hole. Let's check it out and make sure our walls are about the same thickness. I'm almost certain they will be. We're at 480, and this side is 480 on the money. 480 and okay, 83. I can live with that. All right. So we got to figure out how to clean up this edge, but remember the radius is going to, or the diameter is going to come down a bit. Probably, oh, I don't know how much. Let's see what the old one looks like. Well, if I could just find the old one. I can't find it right now. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. All right, so it's got to come down a good 1/8 on both sides. Well, look what I found. I was a jeweler for 35 years, and whenever I went to clean up my shop, I would just like scoop all of the leavings, precious metal leavings, into a bag or into a box, and look at that. and I just went and looked, and silver is up to $27 an ounce. So I think I might just go through this and pick out all of the silver, castings, whatever I ended up with, and filter those out, and then send them in and cash it in. Hey, why not? Let's get some money here. This is quite a find. This probably weighs 20 pounds. So, oh, here, have a look. This is what it looks like out of the box. Basically, all kinds of little jewelry things that at the time I was just like, let's just get this off the bench and get it the heck out of here. Hey, we got goodies. Okay, I'm going to play with this a bit, and then we'll get back to our regular machining, having a good time.